I was muted that whole time. That's okay. I'm trying again, so we'll see. Yeah, yesterday some stuff went wrong, so I didn't even keep it up afterwards. But we're gonna try and fix it today. See, you can't hear me, huh? Yeah, I was muted. That's fine. So I just want to test out a couple things first. So I want to make sure the piano works. So I'm going to play piano for just a little bit, just to see if there's any weird latency issues, which is very possible. Fine, I'll play the thing. It might get me get this video taken down. Okay, I think that's fine. Piano Man. That's probably copywritten. I probably can't do that. All right, let me go ahead and test. That seemed to work, but I'll take a look at it later. Let's go ahead and try some Disc Golf Valley. I'm just going to play a little bit, try to get my Pro Tour rating up. I got my butt kicked on the World Tour. I was hoping that footage would have been good because it was entertaining how bad I did. But, you know, we'll try again. I'll just do some multiplayer, get that rating up. Okay, so let's see if I can get this to work. Hey, there we go. Okay. So, are there any discs, Chad, that you've been enjoying recently that have made your bag or have been intriguing to you? Essence. Yeah, Essence is really cool. They were kind of hard to get, and they're sort of an in-between disc for me. But a lot of people love them, and they're definitely a good disc. All right, bogey on that first one. Yeah, the Essence for me, I love my FDs and I love my 9-speeds. So right now that 9-speed for me is the Sphinx from Infinite. So the Essence was just really in between, where I can get a Sphinx that just flies a little bit farther with the same flight, and I can get an FD or a Centurion that is a 7-speed that flies basically as far. So it's just a personal preference for me, but a lot of people do love the Essence, and I totally get why. All right, so bogey the first hole, came back with the second hole. Have a 50-footer in some trees with a tailwind. Let's see what we can do here. Oh yeah, rock threes. I haven't thrown one of those in a while. Yeah, the rock or any of the rock sort of families they're so, I don't know. Everybody has a version of a rock, so it even if you don't realize you're throwing what's basically a rock, you probably are. Yeah, let's see. I have a rock 3 in one of my bins. I actually have, from one of the earlier Infinite videos, the Raw, which is a rock X3 top and a V-Rock bottom, which is a really interesting combination. And that's one of the things I like about Infinite, is that a lot of their molds are basically, they get to pick and choose which Infinite components they want to use, which makes some really unique discs. What's the other Infinite mid that you have? All right. This one's got a one too. Oh, the Anubis. Yeah. I got the Anubis pretty recently. I have the Color Glow plastic that just came out. They're so good. Yeah, the Sphinx is great. The Emperor can have some really interesting flights. So let me see what I have here. I'm going to grab a couple. So I have two kinds of Emperor right now. I have, this is the Gummy Sea Blend, which the stamp on this thing is bonkers. Kessler did a great job with the triple foil. But it's super gummy. So they actually call it the Gummy Sea Blend. And it feels great for forehand and backhand. For the Emperor, for those that don't know, is sort of like a destroyer mold. Maybe it's a retired destroyer mold. And then I have a Kona Emperor here. Oh, the Chariot, man. Those are so good. Yeah, this Kona Emperor has a lot of dome. And it glides forever. What plastic Chariot do you have? Yeah, I think Infinite has some of the best stamp game right now. And then Thought Space has a lot of really cool ones, especially on their own discs. The Mantra and the, oh gosh, forget what the other one, the Mid, oh, the Baseline, yeah. Yeah, the Chariot's a really interesting disc. A lot of people are sort of, they try it and then they're underwhelmed by it. Yeah, but I personally love the Color Glow Chariot. Those are really taken off in hype right now. So they're harder to get, and when you can get them, they're for a lot more money. But they're so good. I just love, and it's not even like, ooh, it glows, it's pretty. It's more of a gummy, like, grip thing for me. Oh, I bet gummy discs would help in Alaska, huh? Yeah, I'm in Eastern Washington, so it gets not as cold as Alaska, but we spend several months right around freezing and under. So any sort of gummy, grippy disc makes my bag in the winter for sure. All right, let's keep on going with Disc Golf Valley. 75 feet. Went out of bounds. That's too bad. Too low. Cool. Yeah, that's a really interesting thing. It might just be winter. Yeah, I at least in my experience, discs tend to be more overstable in the winter, and they don't go as far. And that might just be a matter of you don't feel sure with your footing. I know footing plays a lot into how comfortable I can throw a disc. Oh, don't even get me started on the slab. Those are great. Yeah. So what I've noticed is my distance tends to go down a little bit in the winter, by like 30 or 40 feet. Oh, dude, the slab is my favorite overhand disc for sure. What it does, if you haven't thrown it, is it can pan on a tomahawk where a lot of other discs tend to flip over pretty quickly. The slab just keeps going and panning and getting more distance, which is great. Not to say that I don't throw discs that do that. I have a Sexton Firebird that's sort of in the middle for thumber tomahawk stability. So it will flip over less than the other discs. But I actually have been throwing a Centurion tomahawk. So that's like a straight to understable 7-speed. And I can throw that at a gap and it'll just sort of flip over really quickly and then fade out the other way, which is super helpful. Oh, the faceplate skip is awesome, yeah. One of my favorite shots to do, actually, for faceplate skip, I have a Castoplast Berg in my bag, and what I do is if I have like a bush in front of me, it's not even a scuber, but I just throw it overhand like that, and I have it scoot on its head, and it'll just like scoot to the pin. It works super well, especially when the ground is dead, because a lot of my courses have grass during the summer, but during the winter it's a lot of dirt and a lot of like rocks. So if you can just get it to go, it works great. Okay, 326. Yeah, the Centurions, honestly, they're really good. I was hesitant to try them just because of how much I love the Discmania FD. Um, but the problem with FDs right now is they're so hard to get because of Discmania's manufacturing issues. It's not even Discmania's issues. Innova is just really backed up, and they have to make their own stuff first, obviously. So there are only going to be, I think, 4 or 5 molds for Discmania Originals line produced this year. I'm guessing the FD is one of them, but the prices for FDs have been getting kind of silly recently, just because the sport's growing and more people are coming to that brand. Yeah, the Baobab is super cool. It's such a unique disc. It feels really weird at first, but it has a very overstable flight. It's great for those faceplate skips that we were talking about too. I never question sort of what it's going to do, which is a really good thing. Oh my gosh, this hole's eating my lunch. I don't even know what my score is. I'm not doing great. Okay, that's a triple bogey. Cool. All right, that round did not go well. 742. That's gonna hurt my rating a lot. Yeah, the Berg is really cool. Some of the plastics on the Berg, and I'll just get back to this, are kind of hard to get. It's hard. At first I thought, it's not realistic, but it kind of is. Some of the rollaways and chainouts are kind of not fair, but it's really fun anyway. I play not a lot. I play maybe half an hour a week. I do most of the Pro Tour, and then I do some daily opens just to get lots of coins and lots of experience. Yeah, I was looking at my Pro Shop like coin balance today, and I had a ton, so I actually picked up one of the Ballista Pro Light Extra Glide, so I'm going to play around with that. That should be a money disc in Disc Golf Valley. Yeah, because I've been liking the Ballista Pro. I have a big skip one in the bag, and I have a roll in the bag, so it'll be nice to have the longest Ballista Pro possible, because the Ballista tends to flip over a lot. Yeah, but the Berg, it's so unique. And it does a couple things really well. So I like the Berg because it fades down to the ground for upshots. It doesn't have a lot of glide. I like to call it like a little bumblebee, but I imagine the bumblebee in like a Danny DeVito costume, so it's just kind of silly. That's probably why I like the Berg so much. Yeah, it just does a few things really well. And I think a lot of people don't like it because they try to use it like they use like a Pure or an AVR or anything like that, and it just doesn't work like that. So, you use the Berg for what it's good for, and it's gonna work great for you. Yeah, I have one of the old K2 Bergs. Ever since they rebranded to the K1 Soft plastic for K2, the prices for K2 have gone through the roof. It's insane. They're fetching for new ones like $60, $70, which when you can get one that says K1 Soft and it doesn't have the like cool font on it, get it for $17. And it's the same plastic. It's a little softer actually. I really like them. Yeah, the Berg for me is a utility disc, but utility has use. That's why it's a utility disc. All right, let me go back to Disc Golf Valley one more time and redeem myself. Yeah, it's crazy. So how Castoplast plastic works is you have K1, which is sort of their premium plastic. It's K1 actually can have some variance in color and opacity, which is kind of weird. Let me get some discs. Okay, so as I was saying, K1 is their premium plastic, but K1 has a lot of variance in it. So there can be clear, translucent K1. So this is a Grim. It's the high-speed, understable driver. They're really stable in the winter. And then this is also K1. And this is a cool disc, massive pop top on it, but it's opaque. So K1, you can get either of these or like a mix, which is really interesting. Yeah, disc golf prices are silly. And one of the reasons, yeah, I have a little bit of Castoplast, and the prices on it are just insane right now. People are paying a lot of money for stock discs just because nobody has them in stock. And I'm somebody that doesn't want to play that game. I like paying Frisbee prices for Frisbees. I know some people get, annoyed because of the word Frisbee, but these are Frisbees. We're playing disc golf, but these are Frisbees. So, anyway, K1 can be their premium plastic in either translucent or opaque. It's kind of weird how they have that variance, and it's not called a different plastic, but that is what it is. And then there's K2, which is now called K1 Soft. I just hit a key on the piano. So K2 or K1 Soft is premium plastic, but it's super gummy and sort of malleable and tacky. That's actually the Berg that I have in my bag, is the K2 Berg. But yeah, last year, Castoplast rebranded their K2 to K1 Soft, which in theory makes sense because it is a premium plastic, but soft. But that's created this weird market for K2 discs that I don't really have any interest in partaking in, just because it's the same disc. Yeah, it's crazy. And then K3 is their baseline plastic, so it's probably most similar to maybe a classic medium from Trilogy. So it's soft, super grippy. I like it. But the reason I went from the Rico last year to the Link is because there isn't a K3 firm. So it was a matter of I wanted something a little bit firmer that doesn't feel like it's going to bend under my hand for my putts, just because I do a spin putt and I like having something that's a little bit sure. And even the Exo Soft links that I have in the bag during winter are firmer than the K3. So that's sort of why I made that switch. Yeah, the variance in plastic is kind of crazy. Again, I don't know why. I don't make plastic, so I'm not somebody that knows the science of it, but some plastic comes out like this, some plastic comes out like this. It makes for interesting sort of overlap in bags because this disc has a massive dome to it. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it has a big heartbeat. And then this translucent one's a lot flatter. So I like it better for forehand. The Grims aren't in the bag right now. I like them, so I'll probably give them another shot at some point, but I'm happy with what I have right now. All right, let me do one more Disc Golf Valley and try to redeem myself from that 740 rated round. Yes, I know I got last place. Don't remind me. Let me try piping in some music too, just to see if that works. Want to check levels. Let's try that. Let me know if it's too loud or too soft. Alright, so this hole, overstable disc for me. Not a whole ton of power. Just try to get it close. I usually hit a tree like that. Alright, good. I like starting off with the birdie. A little loud. I can fix that. There we go. Yeah, this is exactly why I want to test stuff like this, is now that I know like 28 decibels on the OBS is what the sweet spot is. There we go. Okay, 100-footer. Ooh, I went way long there. Headwind. Should have read the wind. Yeah, Disc Golf Valley is interesting. You have to play it a lot to get the good discs unless you want to pay. And I'm somebody that really doesn't like to pay for games all that often. I have done a couple of the like EMAC judge drops just to support the creator of this game, because he for a while did it for free until Latitude 64 decided to sort of support it. So it's a very small operation. I think it's one guy that does the development for it. So it's a really cool game. But yeah, the more you play, the more you get different discs, and then you can find the different intricacies of each mold. So one of my favorite discs on here, and you can see all my discs up here. I really like the Extra Glide Accurate Musket. It is sort of a straight-ish 10-speed, especially in the Extra Glide and Accurate. It just works great. I can use it for a variety of things. I can do hyzer, I can do turnovers with it. And then the recoils I actually like a lot too. So these are sort of the big S-curve drivers, for me anyway. I'm gonna do a Ballista Pro here though. Hyzer. Try to get around this tree. I think I did. All right. Birdie time. This round's going way better. Okay. Little flexy. Thank you, yeah. Alright, let's get... Oh! Hate to see that, folks. Alright. That's fine. Fuse low and straight. Just whoosh. There we go. Get up over. Nice. Pinned it. Okay, I think this round will be probably rated like around 900, which is way better than 747 or whatever it was last time. Same Pro. Oh, keep going. Dang it. All right, par save time. Man, oh man. Yeah, Disc Golf Valley, it's a game I don't mind supporting because it's not just going to a big company. The game goes to help develop more parts of the game. Like, we see new courses every so often. We see the, like the downtown course that was added recently is crazy hard, but it's a really cool course. You know, do I lay up? You know, no, we're not going to lay up. We're going to try to skip it over. Okay. Oh, yeah, no distance gain. Cool. A little lower then. Skip. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, this hole eats my lunch more times than not. Alright, I saved par. For that hole with a hazard stroke, I'll take it. Alright. Musket. Perfect musket shot. Musket just does whatever you want. .961. Cool. Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to sign off here in a minute. But I wanted to take just a second to show the upcoming reviews that I have. So the next 3 that I'm going to do, I don't really have a specific order that I'm going to release these in. If you guys want to see one sooner, go ahead. So the first one I have is the Swirly S Centurion from Infinite. This is the Andrew Marweed signature. I talked about it when it was announced. It's a really interesting feeling disc. I've yet to throw it. So that's an option. And then this one's going to be really interesting. It's the Raging Inferno from Quest AT. I got it because of a YouTube comment, actually. I forget who, but somebody said, hey, you should try this disc out. And so I was like, all right, it's $9. This thing has dimples on it like a golf ball on the top and bottom. And it feels insane. So the plastic is sort of what, you know, like the plastic that they make backyard toys out of. It sort of feels like that. Doesn't feel like a golf disc plastic. And it looks, based on the parting line being so low, like it's going to be really understable. So that's really interesting. And then the third one is the MVP Volt. So this is the first sort of MVP Streamline Axiom mold that I would be reviewing on the channel. I've thrown the Envy before and the Entropy. And so this one is in the Proton plastic. I couldn't get my hands on one of the James Conrad ones. But if you want to go check out Doth Savik's review of it, he did a review, I think last week, and it was really good. So if you want to know if the James Conrad one is different than this one, go ahead and check that out. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for testing this live stream with me. It's great to talk to you. So have a good rest of your day. You'll see a video probably on the Centurion coming up in a few days. All right, have a good rest of your day. Play some disc golf soon. Hopefully the weather's starting to turn where you are. All right, bye-bye.